These days, no matter what business you're in, increasingly you're in the information business. Your key decision makers have to have critical information about the entire enterprise. Information that is comprehensive, clear, current, and close at hand. The usual answer to this need is the EIS, the Executive Information System. Now, the traditional EIS is good at giving senior executives a look through important numbers, but it's not good at letting execs or anyone else work with those numbers. And it takes a lot of time, hardware, and money to get it running. We think EIS can be much more, and here's the secret. Rather than building a dedicated, isolated system, you can build your EIS using the powerful, flexible Microsoft applications that are probably already at work in your company. And we think you'll be impressed by the advantages our approach gives you immediately. First, you can do more with your information. For example, you can build the exact system you need using Excel as the front end for your corporate database. And suddenly people not only look at information, but they work with it like never before. Because this kind of EIS gives you Excel spreadsheet power for free. And your developers can do more in less time because they can create custom tailored systems by using Microsoft applications like building blocks. So they start with all the power of Microsoft Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Project, SQL Server, and more. They don't have to build these systems from scratch. Finally, you really cut time and cost for training and support because your users work with your new EIS system the same way they work with their everyday applications. And in the end, what you've got is more than an executive information system. You've got an enterprise information system.
I always wanted to have an executive information system that was very easy to use, that essentially could be available all the time and with just a few clicks. When I asked Gus to do that for me, to tell me how he would do it using the Windows environment, and he stayed here a whole weekend and worked on it, and by Monday he had a prototype working. It was very impressive.
The executive information system that we developed here at Otis was developed under Excel. In other words, the system is designed so that an executive, a financial director, can bring up a sheet on his screen that looks like a report, but in fact it's an Excel spreadsheet.
We have a humongous quantity of number of reports, so that instead of being just a flat report that you could only look at or print, it's a spreadsheet.
Advantages, of course, are the speed, the amount of memory, the number of reports he can bring up at one time, the amount of manipulation he can do with those reports. The time to develop an application in Windows is really relatively short, especially if you're using the integration of existing products. In other words, where you're not having to write stuff from scratch and you can use things that already exist.
My boss told me it would be nice to have every month, automatically produced by computer, a little chart book.
This chart book is 80 pages long, has 570 graphs, and from the time they type in the word charts in a PC, after they close the books at the end of the month, it takes about 2 hours to produce this full-color 80-page book. We created the Otis Office Workstation. We decided mostly on Microsoft products, Windows itself, of course, Excel, WinWord, and those products work very, very well, all work very well together. Well, the non-computer literate executives are always a bit of a problem because sometimes there's trouble getting them to even look at a computer, much less use it. As we bring them in and as they see other executives using it, they take to it very, very rapidly. And I've never seen an executive who tried who couldn't learn it very, very fast.
I can get this information myself. I don't waste anybody's time, and I haven't wasted my time.
It's worked out very well.
It works. You're welcome to come and take a look.
Intel was founded in 1968. It's a very young company. We're up to over $5 billion in sales in 24 years. We're an international company, very broad-based product line. We also have a very complex factory network. There's something like 10 factories scattered throughout the world. My group is responsible for preparing the production planning schedules, and also we have the computer systems that support them. that activity.
It is a long-range planning system used for capacity and space planning at Intel, all throughout our process of manufacturing, fabrication, sort, assembly, test.
They had a specification of here's this application, here's what we needed. And that was an approach using Excel or standard applications as a front end and SQL Server as a back end that would work for them.
The way we set up the system is both a set of fixed reports that in particular the executives are used to and like, and at the same time, in that it's an Excel spreadsheet, people can go in and translate the data into something that they can relate to better. So we do both.
You know, the divisions enter their data, the factories enter their data, and the reports come out. It just works.
The biggest benefit to the system that I see is the increased quality of the database and the system, followed certainly by the responsiveness or throughput time that we are able to turn information around, going from a matter of weeks or days to a matter of hours.
Some of our analysis used to take to get the information and out to the user, it used to take about 2 to 3 weeks to do. And now with the system, we've completed it in about 8 hours.
Today, I think we can do a larger variety of analyses in a shorter period of time, so you get real-time information almost, and you can do multiple scenarios, which gives you a greater sensitivity of the lows and the highs of your forecast. So I think we're making better and much more intelligent decisions of these analyses versus what we used to do, which used to make me really nervous, actually.
At the beginning of the project, Intel staff was fairly leery of it.
Everyone said, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to change.
My experience after having worked with mainframe programming applications for a number of years and going into this client-server environment was a major paradigm shift. And as I work with it a little bit longer, I find it easier to work with, and I really like the whole client-server approach.
It makes it easier for the developer to do things. So when the MIS person says, hey, I need to add a new input screen, it's easy. You call one SQL update routine, and it takes your data from your Excel spreadsheet and saves it in the SQL Server. You're done. At that point in time, you go to lunch.
When Excel was proposed as our front-end tool, I had no concept of how that would provide a data entry mechanism because I'd only thought of Excel as a spreadsheet tool that would give rows and columns of data. As the development progressed and I saw what could be done with it, I was really quite amazed.
One of the other advantages to having an Excel-based system is our ability to easily take the information directly from the spreadsheets, convert them into graphics automatically, or if we wish, move that information, cut and paste it directly into PowerPoint, where we can then create yet another presentation for management with words using the information directly from the system. This is definitely just a freebie that comes with the use of Excel.
We trained managers and also hands-on users. Once they caught on to the basics, they said, oh, this is so easy. Is this all there is to it?
The system's easy to use. It's a powerful tool, but it was really easy to train. It was easy to teach other people how to use it.
You're not bound by the mechanics of it. You're only bound by your imagination or creativity.
So they want to learn something new. They like being on the edge.
We want to be on the leading edge, but we don't want to be on the bleeding edge.
People enjoy working with this system. The system is simple to use. It is easy to modify. It's actually fun to use.
They like it because it makes their job easier. That's why they like it.
I couldn't remember the last time a user said to me, I love your system. And I really got off on that. It's a rare and wonderful thing for a programmer to hear.
And it's real, by the way.